Yes, I know, I'm so original. Hit it! Oh, the irony. It doth kills me. It doth. Welcome back, everyone, to TWD, the series in which your local idiot puts on a thinking cap for just long enough. Today's character isn't being disassembled. In fact, it's very likely that he'd do the disassembling himself. To me. If I did something stupid. Everyone, give way to the ultimate biker gang leader, Mondo Owada. It's exactly like I said. Oh, the irony. One moment we're talking about the victim of Chapter 2, and the other we shift gears to the blackened of Chapter 2. There's no joke, no meme that would do a situation like this justice. It's poetry at its finest. Once again, the poll for the next character will be in the description, just like last time. Rev up your engines, lads. This one promises to get us on the highway to hell. Don't judge me, I have to take advantage of these jokes, don't I? Now, I understand if people mistakenly think I despise Mondo for, well, committing cardinal sin number 1 under the sun of this franchise. Killing my baby boy Chihiro. And, well, there's something akin to resentment? That's about it, not even hatred. But we can leave that for later. For now, though, let's talk about the positives of Mondo Owada. His introduction is meant to make the player fear him, and for good fucking reason. This man is as tough as they come. With a title like the ultimate biker gang leader, what else were you expecting? Anyone who wouldn't cave your face in at the slightest hint of disagreement just wouldn't really fit, would it?
Fucking.
And, well, let's just say this man's first moments are pretty explosive.
Watch out!
Huh?
Yep. If it wasn't for Kyoko yelling some sense into him, he'd probably have died at the start of the game, which would make this the fastest TWD to date. Fortunately, my boy survived, and with this scene, the first quality I have to praise him in shows itself. He literally takes shit from no one. What makes this scene show that? Well, ask Makoto.
What? You want to throw down? You son of a bitch!
Whoops, it's too late. Yeah, my man straight up dicks the protagonist for, you know, trying to be a protagonist. I'm going to be honest, I thought I wouldn't enjoy his character from this preview alone. Seemed too aggressive for me. And boy, I was so glad to be wrong. As the game progresses, Mondo shows his best quality over and over again. His righteous heart and great moral values. I absolutely love the moments when he gets screen time, especially during the daily life segments. If there's a single word to describe Mondo, I choose loyal. To his causes, to his friends, and to his beliefs. He simply refuses to budge when it comes to that which he wants to protect or see through. And that earns him my respect. Whatever that's worth nowadays anyway. I'd go so far as to say he's one of the most honorable characters in the entire series. And that's not easy, trust me. And I think this honorable character of his displays itself in multiple instances, which we will discuss now. First, during Chapter 1, there's not much that makes him stand out. Well, other than his attitude after Sayaka's killing. You can tell he is genuinely upset with whoever did this, so far as to directly threaten to kill her outright. That really just solidifies the belief that he takes no bullshit. Being assigned guard duty to the crime scene, he's gonna make fucking sure that nobody does any shady business there, like, say, dispose of evidence? My, wouldn't you know it? I bet my sweet ass that Leon would have done some shady business during the investigation if my boy Mondo and my girl Sakura weren't there covering for it.
Hey, damn it! You're fucking dead!
And And after that, we have the friendships in Chapter 2. Taka and Chihiro. Wait, Chihiro? Yeah, I know, it's weird. The jealousy is a bitch. We'll get back to that later. His relationships were believable, built upon, and, well, kind of unexpected. Especially his friendship with Taka, given that their rivalry pretty much ended with one of the strangest scenes of the game.
Don't you think it's about time you gave up?
What about you? You can't even hardly talk. Dumbass.
Say whatever you want. I'm still totally good to go. In fact, I'm starting to feel kind of cold.
That's probably not good.
Yeah, I know. Still, given Mondo's character, it's pretty believable that they'd come to such friendly terms after such a tense competition. As for Chihiro, it's a little trickier. It's fair to say that my baby boy idolized Mondo for his physical, and mental, he assumed, strength. And for the majority of Chapter 2, Mondo was the guardian of the ultimate programmer, which I really respected. But then, the motive comes out. And our biker boy is, well, not handling it too well. Mondo's secret affects him far more than Chihiro's secret affects our angel, even though it's not that obvious at first. And I mean, why wouldn't it? It's something that I assume many of us can't even imagine how it feels like. Mondo killed his own older brother. It's tragic, it's awful, it's absolutely the inverse of Chihiro's situation. He created a facade of strength to hide his real feelings for himself. Self-loathing, and the feelings of weakness. And when Chihiro showed the force of will necessary to fight his fears and told his own secret to shove it, Mondo couldn't believe it. And then, jealousy rose. This has both the good and the bad, obviously. The good? This is insanely good writing. Yeah, it's pretty cliche for the most part, but it's effective. And it sets a precedent for Danganronpa Chapter 2s to be a massive emotional bombshell. You cannot deny that it hits hard every single time.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Respect, Mondo. Respect. Even though that is what I feel for you, you know what's coming. Let's just go. Mondo, my boy, I'm sorry. The burden on your mind and psyche was huge. Like I said, I can't even begin to imagine how it feels to accidentally kill your own sibling in a show of arrogance. Fuck, I can't do this! Andy and all negativity I throw his way will just be mean! Come on, Ed. Focus. You have to do this. I think I only have one major complaint regarding Mondo. And yeah, you guessed it. It's the fact that he killed. Now, before you freak out, I did say beforehand that it was a pretty believable case. Jealousy is a human flaw. Even the best of us get affected by it every now and then. I would certainly know from experience. But yeah, I can't forgive this. It's not that he caved to his own insecurities that annoys me. It's how he didn't just admit to doing it right off the bat. It kind of goes against all that I said in the previous section. Mondo's as honorable as you can make a character, and yet you'd make him sit still and quiet while everyone was scrambling to find out who killed Chihiro? And yeah, I get that from a game design perspective, it's not that interesting to have a class trial that takes less than 5 minutes to solve. But apart from a certain somebody's actions that made the case more difficult, Mondo had no reason to keep quiet. Especially since he knew he was going to die. And this isn't just speculation. It's the cold, bitter truth. Mondo was more than aware that Kyoko would find out. Even if not, he probably realized that Byakuya also knew the truth behind the case. In my opinion, I really dislike this. It felt completely out of character. Okay, maybe completely isn't the right word. At this point in time, nobody knew his secret, the motive that led him to kill. Perhaps in his final hours, a twisted and sick part of him really tried to deceive his classmates to keep that secret with him and take it to the grave. This is no better exemplified than by the fact that it wasn't Mondo himself that explained what happened once the trial was over. At least, not at the beginning of the explanation. Nope, it was everyone's favorite black and white bear, Monokuma. Even after being ousted as the killer, it wasn't enough for him to finally admit to his mistakes. Part of me believes that a great weight was lifted off his shoulders when he finally said it himself.
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
I say this more and more with every single new TWD, and I mean it every time. It's freaking unforgiving. This chapter in particular had me seeing the end of two of my favorite characters in the game, including that who would be my favorite character in the series. It was here that I realized just how brutal this series can get. It spares nobody, and Mondo is no exception. But eventually, the wall crumbles, and the aftermath of his death leads to one of the stupidest chapters in Danganronpa history. Although not entirely unfounded, as we'll see in a later TWD. There's not much else to be said. I love Mondo's character and I think he was done dirty in this class trial. That is all in a nutshell. Also, I know, this was also an extremely small critics section, and I'd like to say some stuff regarding that. I try to be as upfront, impartial, and genuine as possible in these videos. If I believe a character deserves a bigger praise than critic, that's what I'll do. And we can all think of at least one TWD so far that was the opposite. So yeah, I just felt the need to justify that honestly. Let's finish this strong now. Mondo's your typical bully with the heart of gold. At least on a surface level. But beneath that exterior lies a man with convictions so sturdy, they could rival the power of a certain Sister of Hope. Still, he's flawed. As are all the characters in this franchise one way or another. I would say that his offenses are pretty aggravating, considering how mind-boggling they are compared to established character traits. But nonetheless, I cannot help but have massive amounts of respect for Mondo. Yes, he's, by all accounts, a coward. But he's a coward with a heart of gold and who realizes he fucked up. Big time. Twice. He never asks for forgiveness once the jig is up. It's straight up, hey, get the shit over, Monokuma. And yeah, the shit's over indeed. Question time. Is Mondo Owada a good... I'ma stop you right there, Chief. There's not a single doubt in my mind that Mondo is a great character. He has his moments, and he has his mistakes. But he's a great character nonetheless. The other question is a bit more personal this time, actually. Do I forgive him? It's hard to say for sure. Like I said, what guided his hand was something that could realistically do that to all of us. But at the same time, he did that to one of the few characters with no true evil, or at the very least dubious intentions in the series. Chihiro just wanted to get stronger, and happened to ask the wrong person. Part of me just can't let that go. But the rest of me can comprehend that it was pretty much fated to happen, and it was part of something bigger. Mondo, you're alright in my books. You are all right. Thank you for watching this new installment of TWD, everyone. I know this one took a while to come out, but I do have an explanation for it, so bear with me for a second. I've had very little time to write this script in the past month. Between doing fieldwork for my thesis, writing said thesis, streaming and recording footage for Let's Plays, I barely have like 30 minutes a day to write these, which is pretty unfortunate. The series is a lot of fun to make, so I'd love to have more time to work on it, but it is what it is. As for Mondo, it's mostly like it was said. I don't really have much to add there. Once again, the poll for the next character will be in the description of the video, so make sure you make your voice be known, and vote for who you want to see next. Other than that, we're done here. Once again, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you are new to the channel. And if you want to be notified of future uploads like this one, hit the little bell, you know what to do. Also, if you want to join my Discord server or follow my Twitch channel for more constant updates, link to both is in the description below. I believe that's all. Stay safe, and until next time, peace.